Hi, I'm Whitney Thurlow, Chief Guide at Aspiring Guides in Wanaka, New Zealand, and this video is a clothing guide for our summer alpine courses and ascents. We want to give you as much information as possible to avoid you purchasing or carrying unnecessary gear. It's difficult because changing weather and mountain conditions mean that it's impossible to know exactly what you'll need until you meet with your guide. This video should be used with the equipment list for the particular course or ascent available on our website at aspiringguides.com. Wanaka has a full range of excellent outdoor shops, and any gear you'll need will be available for purchase or rent here. There are many kinds of climbing boots. This type of boot is called a plastic boot or a double boot since it has a plastic shell and a removable liner. Double boots are usually warmer, longer lasting, and keep drier than single boots. Single boots are usually made from composite leather and are often more flexible and comfortable to walk long distances in than plastic boots. Either plastic or leather boots need to have a rigid sole if you plan on climbing steeper snow and ice. A rigid sole allows you to use the front points of your crampons and provides a strong base for kicking steps. Hiking boots have a flexible sole and are not suitable for courses or ascents which involve snow or ice. Aspiring Guides have a wide range of rental boots available. Gaiters are important since they keep snow and ice from packing into the tops of your boots where it melts and percolates down, freezing your feet. Gaiters that open and close in front are much easier to put on with gloves on. You'll also need 2 pairs of well-fitting synthetic or wool socks. The temperatures you will experience can range from over 30 degrees Celsius or around 90 degrees Fahrenheit to around -7 Celsius or 20 degrees Fahrenheit. This isn't cold compared to many climates, but the real enemy is cold rain or sleet that can penetrate your clothing. Because of this, good layering is really important. For your body, you'll need a top and bottom base layer. This long underwear needs to be made from synthetic materials such as polypropylene, or many people prefer merino wool, which is comfortable and smells better. A thin, lightweight base layer is better than the thicker ones available for colder climates. You'll want to strip down to this layer in hot weather, but long sleeves are essential to avoid burning your arms. Be sure to avoid cotton or cotton blends, which will get wet and stay wet. Climbing pants need to be durable and quick drying. Some types come in 3/4 length with zip-off legs which allow you to wear shorts and long underwear. This look is classic Kiwi. It's comfortable and practical, and you can always delete the photos if this style violates your sense of fashion. For your upper body, you'll need 2 thicker insulating layers. You'll go nuts trying to compare the fabrics and weights of different brands, so it may be easier just to remember you need 1 medium weight shirt and 1 heavier weight sweater or jacket. There are many types, but most come down to a polyester fleece material that is light, warm, and dries quickly. Wool works fine as an insulating layer, but generally it weighs too much compared to synthetic materials. A good wind and waterproof outer shell is essential. Pants should have full-length zips so you can put them on in bad weather without taking off your boots and crampons. Climbing jackets are cut shorter than hiking jackets so they don't interfere with your harness and have chest pockets, again so that they can be used when wearing a harness. Your jacket should have a hood which can fit over a helmet. Your shell layer should be lightweight since its purpose is only to keep the lower layers dry. Jackets and pants designed for skiing or snowboarding are often heavily insulated, making them weigh too much for climbing. Sun protection is very important. Exposed skin will burn quickly on a glacier, so you'll need a good sun hat which covers your ears and neck. It's also a good idea to use a high SPF sunscreen and lip block and have a light scarf that can be used to cover your face. For cold weather, you'll need an insulated hat that covers your ears. Remember, your hat will need to be worn under a helmet, so wide brims or other fancy accents may cause problems. Specialized glacier glasses are best, but normal sunglasses will work if they have dark lenses and wrap around the sides to keep out the glare. Your hands need protection even on hot days, so a very light pair of synthetic gloves is important. You'll also need windproof insulated gloves for when it gets cold. Avoid mittens since you will need to use your fingers. Most trips are based out of huts, so a 4-season sleeping bag is not necessary. A down or synthetic bag, which goes down to freezing, is usually fine. For most trips, a 50 to 60 liter pack is recommended, but smaller people may need to scale down appropriately. Packs made for alpine climbing have gear loops for an ice axe and hammer, as well as attachments for crampons. Packs designed for travel often do not have these attachments, and they have lots of bells and whistles that make the pack too heavy for climbing. Keeping weight to a minimum is essential, so bringing an extra smaller day pack is not really possible. You'll need to be able to carry 2 liters of water. PET bottles like soft drink bottles are fine and are lighter and more crushable than Nalgene or metal type bottles. Temperatures are not usually low enough to make water freezing a problem, so bottles or camelbacks do not need insulation. We can supply you with a lightweight cup, bowl, and cutlery if it's not convenient to bring your own. You'll also need a headlamp with new batteries. Your guide will have a first aid kit, so you only need to bring a toothbrush and toothpaste as well as any personal medication you need. Blisters are not commonly a problem, but you may choose to bring one of the many blister protection kits on the market. Trip-dependent items are things that are sometimes needed depending on things like the time of year, snow and weather conditions, etc. We hesitate to require these items since you may not need them. We can supply all these items if you prefer, but you may wish to bring your own if you have them. For instruction courses, you'll need a map of the area, a compass, and a GPS, as well as a notebook and pencil. Northern Hemisphere compasses won't work here unless they are specially designed for Southern Hemisphere compatibility. Huts have mattresses, but some trips may require sleeping on the ground. A foam pad or thermarest and a bivy bag are required if you and your guide decide to bivy. Bring your rock climbing shoes if you have room, since we sometimes have time to visit the local crags. Snow goggles are an important safety item when you are in glaciated areas. They're not required of every member of the party, but there should be at least a minimum of 2 pairs of goggles in the party. Avalanche transceivers can be needed at any time of year, but usually they are only needed roughly from December until May. Optional items are things that may be useful, but it often comes down to how much you can carry. A down jacket is warm and comfortable, but it can't be relied on in wet weather. Lightweight running shoes or strong sandals are useful for wearing in the hut or on longer walkouts in the valley when your feet are tired of boots, and a Swiss Army knife or Leatherman is useful, but lightweight models are more practical. Some people like to bring a lightweight collapsible walking pole for flatter ground. Huts can be quite busy, so earplugs can be useful for sleeping. If you have any questions at all, you can contact us at aspiringguides.com. Cheers from the team at Aspiring Guides. If you love mountains, you're going to love it here.